Hi, ladies and gentlemen, this is Eddie Marcus again. And here we go again. It seems as if every day I come around, I got to tell you some sad news. Well, yes, it is sad news. Sad news in pointing out the pain, the suffering, where it's coming from. But it follows with good news how to get out of it. The problem is the choices that you have to make after the news is given. Ladies and gentlemen, I have been playing with something for quite some time. I have been given insight into a truth that I have withheld from you because personally, I don't think you're capable of dealing with it. Uh, and I was thinking, I was outside raking some leaves, and I was thinking, what if I had a heart attack last night and had no other opportunity to say the thing to you that I have kept from you? And I decided that I better come in here and take advantage of this moment because this is only my promise is this moment. And what is it, ladies and gentlemen, is this. I want you to know that every human being on the earth came here to be a part of a heavenly plan, came here to be engaged in a heavenly process, came here innocent with the ability to abstract from the resources that are already here and utilize it with that uniqueness that each one of us brought and put it together and apply ourselves and be instrumental in that divine work of heaven. And yet, each of us were given a part to play in it. And it is made sort of easy for us to understand if we were seeking out understanding. You see, it is as simple as what we would call a family. A family. And when I say family, I'm usually talking about a structure of a head, and children. Uh, Probably a husband, what we call a father figure, a mother, a female figure, and the children come as they may. But the heads, father and mother, are responsible for all that they bring into the household. And usually a husband is responsible for all that comes into a household, which means a wife and whatever else comes out of that. But after that, then everybody's responsible for the whole household. Now, that being the case, that is a representation of a functioning family. That means every family, that speaks to every family. But the creator of this situation was smart enough to know that since all of us, each family would need and require the same kinds of things for life, rather than go out and fight like dogs, like wild animals, there was a principle set up that allowed for each family to be engaged in the process by what? Having that unique gift that they were given, having that opportunity to exercise that gift, wherein lies the greatest joy that you can get. Some people think, work? No, nothing like work. This is your joy. This is what life is all about. And now you have the ability to exercise it. Every individual that comes on this earth. And so by doing, you are playing a part in creating all of the thin stuff, let's say stuff that exists, that you can access at your desire, your need, your want. It's there for you to make sure that your dreams come true, that you can live in peace and be prosperous and free with that joy. Now, ladies and gentlemen, you don't have to lie, you don't have to cheat, you don't have to steal, you don't have to kill, you don't have to terrorize, you don't have to be a part of a war or anything like that. This is the heavenly plan. That means that there is not one individual on this earth that are in suffering. Now, what is our responsibility? It has been said that thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. So if you are led by the Spirit of God, you are not fighting against one another. You're standing up for truth. You're shining a light on the lie and standing up for truth. I want you to know that the message that I have for you today is this. Every individual on the face of the earth is serving Satan. You're serving the devil. And you're still here because your Creator loves you and gives you this opportunity to get your act together. Now, we are to know, to learn what love is. What love is. I'm not talking about this conditional love. I love you because of this, or you love me because of that. No, 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 no. We're talking about love because it is love. Love generates love. Hate, hate is never doing anything that looks like love. Hate is always evil. It's always, whatever action is taken, it's an evil act. Even though it puts on what? Sheep's clothing, it still is an evil act. And so as long as any of the things that exist on the face of the earth that is not heavenly, then anybody that is heavenly has a responsibility to draw attention to that and fix it. And I'm not talking about passing laws. Passing laws don't change a thing. It's finding out what causes and fix it. Already we know that solutions to cancer and all kinds of sickness have been upon this earth for generations, but not allowed to exist because it messes with the plans of that which is anti-God, which is anti-heavenly. And so we walk around here going through all of these changes just to give a life to evil, give life to ugly, to sin, give life to the devil, give life to all of that cancer. And we, all of us, every last one of us, are participants in it. Now, most of us didn't know it went that deep, but now you do. If you heard my voice today, it goes that deep. We cannot talk about anybody. All of you sitting up on the anchoring today, identifying problems and trying to say how much better certain situations are than others, or trying to say how much better the normal American situation is than the Trumpers and Trump. Yeah, you might see yourself as better than that, and you might appear to be better than that in the fact that you might not hurt as many people. But the truth of the matter is that you are partners with Trumpers. Everybody that's out there talking about how bad Trump is and how bad all these folks who try to keep Donald Trump in office, yes, they are bad, but you are no better. You are no better. We got Biden in office. He had been talking about America keep build back better. Is America getting built back better? No. Why? Because this is who we are. We're a bunch of junk. We are a bunch of junk, all led by the devil. And we can't not do this as long as somebody keep telling us we all right. We are not all right. We are as a stinky stick. And somebody need to tell you that you are. Because what I just got through describing to you what God's plan is, it is not happening anywhere. And tomorrow, which is Sunday, you're going to go to church. And I guarantee it's not going to be one church anywhere on the face of this land that's going to tell you about getting out of this junk and changing this thing around and turning it back to truth. No, they're going to tell you all kinds of stuff of white supremacy. They're going to tell you all kind of bull that they've learned over the generations. But they will not tell you the truth because they don't know the truth. Why they don't know the truth? Because they're not living with God. They are not, they're just walking around in words. And I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, none of us, even I'm talking much talk. I'm talking much talk. I'm just as guilty as every last one of you. I am just as guilty. But I tell you one thing, I don't want to be guilty. I want to make things right. And if I could do any more right now than what I'm doing, I would definitely do it. But love, right now, stops me right here. And it's going to take us. It's not a one-man show. It's not a one-nation show. This is a people show. People who are led by the Spirit of God. And I'm not talking about this junk. And let me tell you one more thing before I go. Here's one thing about the Spirit of God. The Spirit of God's love goes for everybody from A to Z. All the ugly people in between. All the demonic people in between. God loves them just as much as God loves you. I'm telling you. And God loves them as much as God loves you. Why? Because if it were not for love, you'd be just like that already. But because of love, you're going to be saved. And because you're going to be saved, they will too. All right. Until next time, Eddie Marcus saying goodbye.